G'day guys and welcome back to the channel. Today I'll be reviewing the game between Port Adelaide and Geelong at Adelaide Oval. What a win. What a time. What is happening? Geelong 84-point winners over there, and they skipped their way into a preliminary final in quite unbelievable circumstances. Fair to say, I don't think many of us expected this, so I certainly did not. But I'm so proud of the performance from the Cats and how they went about it. So professional, on the road, backs to the wall. Tom Stewart laid out. It was looking pretty dim. But yeah, they rallied, and it was an awesome performance. Probably one of our first full quarter performances of the year. Have had a couple of games where we played really good footy for the entire match, but yeah, this was no exception. Still a long way to go, obviously. We put ourselves in a great position right at the moment, which is a home preliminary final at the MCG after taking Port to the cleaners effectively. Again, very unexpected from my perspective. I thought Port were probably going to win by 4 to 5 goals. I thought they'd win well, but not to be. And Geelong from the very get-go, had turned it on, looking very promising early in the game, and that just I suppose that went over to the second and the third and the fourth, and it was a very very good performance, and couldn't believe my eyes really with all that was happening. Started off pretty well though, so just getting to the ball first, strong in the contest, and then just getting a couple early to settle the nerves. And none other than Jazza Cameron, from the boundary, one of the best finals goals of all time. When you do that, it's usually a pretty decent indication that you're in for a solid day. When those ones just decide to drop in, so absolute skill, and that would have definitely given the teammates a good lift from there. But our pressure was insane. It was manic, havoc, all of those words to describe how we went about it and approached our footy across the course of the night. Transition was really good. Defense was incredibly strong. Brick wall at times. And that's exemplified by just one goal in that second half where, I think broke Port a little bit in that third term where we got the game almost in a position where it was impossible to come back from, especially by three-quarter time, where it was a 55-point lead to the Cats. But midfield was just so strong and brutal. It all starts in there. It's won and lost in there. And Paddy led from the front. Everyone jumped on board. And they said, we're going through to a home prelim. This is not going to be a loss on our watch. Forward line worked really well. Chaos game worked incredibly well. Smalls are super dangerous. Obviously, without Houston and Farrell from Port, who are very good defenders, and some All-Australians in amongst that as well. But even still, the way we moved it out of the midfield, the way we minimised Port's dominance around the ball, and even when they did move it inside 50, they weren't able to get it on the board in an effective manner. We definitely forced them into long kicks and dump kicks, especially inside their 50, and we loved that. They didn't lower their eyes very much. Probably didn't give them too much time to lower the eyes either. But it was just we just suffocated them, which was unbelievable to see. And 84 points is kind of interesting because we missed so many from set shots. That was probably the only little blip on the radar on the night. I think we were 0-6 at some stage and then finished up with 7-11 or 7-12 from set shots for the night. So it could have been 110 points had the Cats kicked a bit straighter, but there's no percentage in finals. So that is all fine. But they just pushed them for 4 quarters, and it was unbelievable. I'll definitely want to mention it a little bit later, just in terms of what this win means and how it sort of stacks up with some of Chris Scott's best wins as coach. And Port Adelaide, they've won 8 of their last 9, kept teams to under 70 points pretty regularly. So they've had a pretty good working system. But yeah, I think it's one of probably Scott's top 3 or top 5 wins of all time for him to win interstate against a team that finished top 2, had finished the season 8 out of 9 in terms of winning, playing over on their home ground in their hostile environment, top 2, just, yeah, pretty remarkable win, all considering that. And the way in which we won as well. It literally could have been a 100-point win. Had some kicking been a little bit straighter, but 84 points, you take that every day of the week. Over to some of the team stats. So we've got plus 100, not plus 100, can't do my maths today. 80 more with the ball, lots of kicking and ball movement. Inside 50s were, relatively even, but ours, I think the efficiency inside 50 was off the scales, which we'll see shortly. Used the ball a lot better than Port did. We forced Port into a lot more turnover game. I don't think I've ever seen efficiency inside 50 this good. The moment the ball hit the ground, it just looked super dangerous. And yeah, when we did get inside 50, it was just very menacing. And it's great to do that, but it's even better to just keep Port to under 40% as well. So usually it goes around 45 to 50 sort of average. Well, there you go, 51 and 49 for us. So yeah, we're probably 20% overs there. But it's about the opportunities you present, and yeah, you find a way. 18 free kicks to 8. Often the free kicks are off the back of contested ball and just winning the ball. If you're winning the ball, you're more likely to get a free kick, I find. And I still feel like they missed out on 7 or 8 holding the ball decisions. So they didn't go our way, but we won't go there. We'll leave it there on the free kick front. But it is quite a low number for Port Adelaide, all considering. Hitouts, we got belted in the hitouts, but that obviously is not a incredibly useful stat on tonight's sort of match, or Thursday night's match, I should say. We ran the ball 40 clearances to 36, so we got the nod there. From the centre clearance, Port got a bit more, but probably more under pressure, where ours were a bit more out the front. But we were good around the ground, 9 more than Port Adelaide. Contested ball was great, and then on the outside, once we got it from inside the contest to outside the contest, Port just weren't able to sort of go with the Cats. More turnovers, as you'd expect, with finals like atmosphere, and Geelong a lot less. Cool with the ball, professional throughout the night. Plenty of control for the Cats too. They took 108 marks, so 27 more than Port. The marks inside 50 was off the charts, so as you can see here, it's 10 more than what we usually get in the home and away, and 6 less for Port's home and away. So definitely, overs in that front, but that was good ball use. It was good pressure up the ground, and a combination of Port being rattled as well. And again, that all leads to these numbers. Goals and behinds looking pretty good. Average, 14 for the year, so it's definitely been a feature. And time in front has been, I don't think we've got an average time in front, but that would be good. That would be a really good stat to see, because I'd say for a lot of the year we are in front for a stack of the game. Tackles, Port Adelaide, they had a few more tackles than us, so not a high tackling game, which is interesting. As you can see here, usually it's a little bit more, a little bit more going on. Inside 50 tackles, we only had 7, but definitely a lot of pressure acts. Port Adelaide 17, so they did hold us up there, but we kind of deliberately do that as well, I think, where we just hold the ball in. We don't want to give away a silly free kick. 1%ers really good on that front, so positive. All right, let's get stuck into the stats and the votes, which it's pretty damn tough when you play that well. Grind kicked 3, that is unreal. I remember 1 or 2, but I guess 1 from the goal square. All right, who did I have? I'm going to go 3 to Paddy Dangerfield. His numbers, again, may not stack up to some of these numbers here. 24, 4 marks, 4 clearances, and 2 goal assists, but from, just under 70% game time, so that's quite amazing. And I think, he he got us off to a really steady start. He was tough and uncompromising. He led from the front. The ball use that he did have set us up massively. I'm sure the advanced stats might say a bit more than just the numbers here, but I just thought, he was absolutely enormous and stood up big time when we needed him to. And often it's even, you've got the numbers here and you've got some numbers up that look a bit better, but what you can't really sort of quantify is just the influence that he has and just settling his teammates in off the back of just, pure dominance with the ball and brutality around the contest. So I thought Paddy, was our best on the ground on the night, but it's very, very hard to sort of pick votes when you win by 84 points. There's going to be a lot of players that play really well. This guy, I sound like David King now, but this guy, Sean Manor, is incredible. Mature age recruit. I don't know why he wasn't playing all season, but whatever the coaching staff have done, they've sharpened the axe, they've sharpened the sword of Sean Manor to just absolutely obliterate the finals with 3 goals, 23 disposals, 3 marks, 5 tackles, 3 clearances, 3 goal assists, 500 metres gained. It was just an absolute masterclass from Sean Manor. He almost played the whole game and almost could have probably got the 3 votes, and he nearly could have kicked 5 or 6. He sent up a couple as well, a couple that were going on goal, but marked in the goal square as you should be doing to basically guarantee the goal. Just a incredible performance from a relatively young small forward. Obviously mature age, but he's been great for us throughout the season. I remember when he got 13 or 14 tackles in one of his first or second games back, and he's just been really promising ever since. He's featured in the votes a little bit, and very quickly becoming one of my favourites. And the one vote, I'm going to have to go Maxi Holmes here. He had 28 disposals, he had 8 marks, 3 tackles, 4 clearances, almost 700 metres gained, and set up a goal. He was just, absolutely dynamite off that wing, in the middle, off half-back, just wherever he was. He was taking plenty of territory, setting us forward, putting us in a really good spot, setting up scoring chains, burning off Zach Butters and any player that came in near him. So, he was just in dynamite form, he was fantastic throughout the night, I felt. So many other players that could have got votes. Not to be. But Grime was very, very handy with 3 goals and a goal assist, lots of tackles as well. I think he's one of our leading tacklers. Directly involved with 4 goals there. He was terrific for us. Zach Guthrie, gosh, what a player he's become for us after a bit of a slower start to his career. He's been enormous and rock solid down back. 27, 9 marks. He was great. Jezza, it's amazing how I didn't give him a vote, but he was, he did kick, I think, 2 very late when the game was pretty well in hand, but to start us off really well was very positive. 4 goals, 3, could have kicked 6 or 7, 5 marks, but just a real good presence for us, and was able to make it all happen. Jackie Bowes kicked a couple, 18 disposals as well, 4 clearances, 7 marks. Just, really tough. Few tackles and lots of pressure acts for him as well, which we really like to see. Mitchie D was pretty solid throughout the night. A couple of interesting moments, but I think, he was back to some better form. Only played 63% game time, so they've just kind of managing Mitch to make sure he's hopefully cherry ripe for the prelim, and if we are good enough to go further, cherry ripe for the big day. But still a lot of work and a big game to come up. 19 disposals for his efforts there. Tanner Bruin was tough. Had a bit of game time there, but again, we just tend to play midfielders for between 60 to 75%. We don't tend to, burn them out, and that's why for this time of year. And we look how fresh we look, where a lot of other midfielders playing 80, 90%, and then they're cooked by the time they get the finals. Tanner had 18 in the goal, a couple of clearances as well. Goal assist, a little bit quiet, but did kick the goal. It was almost like, all right, this is just about done. Single was terrific up forward. He was great. 4 goals for his efforts there. A couple of tackles, if you don't mind. So, he was just a real spark up forward for us and did a great job. This man, Lawson Humphries, what a player. He just doesn't miss a target. He had the 20 disposals for his efforts, 4 marks, a tackle, almost 500 metres gained. Yeah, he's just uncompromising and just is so tough. Just does not miss a target. His elite kicking is just unbelievable. Tommy Atkins was superb on the night, I felt. Had the 18, 5 clearances, goal assists. But yeah, just so tough. Like I look at when Horn Francis ran from the centre all the way over to the wing, trying to take control of the ball, and Atkins was just on his hammer the whole time. And yeah, he was just looking very, very promising early, and yeah, delivered the goods in spades. Ollie Henry had an interesting night, but he kicked a couple of points, kicked a goal as well. Could have kicked a few more. Set one up, 4 tackles, 4 marks. Don't know what was going on with the eyebrows there, but that's okay. All good this week. Dempsey was, just a running machine, up and down the ground as he always is. 15 disposals, 6 marks. Also set up a goal, a couple of clearances to go with that as well. But he gets a lot of game time and he just runs the game out very nicely. He's been a great pickup. Rising star, obviously. So that definitely helps. Loving Blitz down back. He had the 15 disposals, 7 marks. Also kicked a goal. Did not kick a goal. He should have kicked a goal. Missed it. Tackled a couple of clearances as well. But yeah, he just absolutely blanketed Charlie Dixon and made him look pretty second rate. I think Blitz even went to try to get a goal, but wasn't to be. Shannon Neal was very promising. Kicked a couple. Could have kicked a few more. Had some tough shots. But yeah, 9 marks from his 9 disposals. So that's just great work rate. And teammates bringing him into the game. Reece, pretty good performance from Reece. 5 clearances, 11 disposals. I just love it when he gets the ball. He's at half forward from 60. It just reminds me of the 2022 grand final. He just yeets it forward into chaos and things happen from there once we bring it to ground. Collar was rock solid, down back, 12 disposals for him, 5 marks, a couple of tackles as well. Yeah, he's had a pretty good season, I reckon, and yeah, he's had some feedback over the years, but I really like the way he set himself up. And Jack Henry, what a man he's been. He's had a bit of a leaner season, but over the last sort of 6 to 8 weeks, he's just been up to his back to his absolute best. 4 marks and again, Port kicked 7 goals. So, and I don't think any key forward from their perspective had a big day. Bradley in his 100th game, congratulations. First and foremost, had the 15 disposals, 2 goal assists, a couple of marks, and it could have been a really big night for him. He did miss a few. I think he hasn't kicked a goal for 4 or 5 weeks, but it's probably on his mind a little bit. But just all the work that he does between that half forward line and beyond is great. Mullen's game was pretty decent. Doesn't get lots of the footy, not his job, but he got 9 disposals, a couple of marks, a couple of tackles. He was playing on, I think, Horn Francis at times, and held up pretty well. Sometimes there's individual brilliance, and sometimes you just can't stop it and have to tip your lid to Horn Francis. But to minimise their midfield from his side of the coin, really good. Jed Hughes had the 8 disposals, 4 marks, pretty decent game. Had a couple of sort of slack moments, but I think Rioli didn't tear us apart, so that was all he had to do was just make sure Rioli didn't get off the chain. Tui got involved late in the game, very late sub, but still ended up with almost 4 disposals and a mark. We just wanted to make sure we were all in good stead and the game was definitely in hand. Make sure everything was all right. Okay, well, there is a next week been offered for Geelong. It is a next week for the semi-finalists. And we will play the winner out of GWS and Brisbane. So, it's all elimination from here. So, Port Adelaide, big game over against the Hawks, which I'm sure we'll go through in my tipping video very soon. But, we have either the Giants or the Lions. Do I have a preference? It's pretty tough this time of year to beat any team. But, I think Giants would be pretty tough to beat. Lions also pretty tough to beat as well, I suspect, depending on their form. But Brisbane probably scare me slightly less than the Giants, so maybe I'm barracking for Brisbane here. But, I mean, if a team wins and wins well, then they're going to be tough to beat, irrespective of that. But, if you want to win the whole thing, you're going to have to you're going to have to face some pretty tough teams, and you're going to have to be pretty uncomfortable, and not going to have it on your terms all that often. So we're going to face GWS or Brisbane at the MCG. So home finals from here. We've earned the right and performed incredibly to get that done. So I do want to call out to Chris. One of his finest wins of his career is just an absolute masterclass. It made Ken Hinkley play left-handed and almost had his left-handed just completely useless there as well, with just how Chris set the game up and minimised Port's strengths, but maximised our strengths as well, and minimised any weaknesses from the game. But it's so hard to win interstate. It's so hard to win against interstate sides in top two. It's so hard to smash a team interstate that's top two. So there's just so many things going against us here, but we've just found a way to pull one out of the hat, and it makes you reevaluate again. It makes you go, wow, we're into a prelim out of nowhere. We might go in as favourites in the prelim. Who knows? So then you look a bit further, but 1 week at a time is definitely pretty applicable here. Just got to make sure all the players do the right things. Helps your best player, as Kingy says, my man says. Very important to just do the 1%ers. This is the time of the year where you just got to make sure that everything's in order. The Cats have been there, they've done it many a times. They've made prelims many a times, so they know what good looks like. They know when they need to readjust in game. So it was a incredible performance. Couldn't believe my eyes. Still can't believe it, to be honest. But there's still work to do. So it's not it's far from done yet. And there's a big game coming up in a couple of weeks. Got to get through that. Got to get through that with the scoreline reading us in front at the end. And then who knows from there. So that's all from me, folks. Hope you enjoyed the review, and chuck your thoughts down, what you thought about the game in the comments below. Don't forget to give the video a like and subscribe away so you can see how I review the Cats each and every week we play. A little bit later this week, it's been a very big week. Lots happening, and finally got 5 minutes to sit down and go through it. So thanks for your patience. Hope you enjoyed the review. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I'll catch you on the next video.